Welcome back to the What a Nerd podcast. It's me, your host, Zach, and today we'll be closing up our story on terms of Star Wars. But we'll basically be talking about the final episode in terms of the original Star Wars trilogy, Episode 6. Yes, I know it's weird. 4, 5, and 6 is the original trilogy. So, after meeting up with the rebellion, Lando Calrissian and Princess Leia, along with Chewbacca, all go to Tatooine to try to recover Han Solo from Jabba the Hutt. Their plan was to pretend to have Chewbacca as a prisoner to sway Jabba into accepting Princess Leia as one of his bounty hunters. From here, Lando Calrissian is posing as one of the guards for Jabba the Hutt, and Chewbacca is supposed to be able to escape from the prison as a lot of commotion is happening. What ends up happening is that Boba Fett, another bounty hunter, finds out about Princess Leia and stops her from saving Han after she defreezes him. From there, all of them become prisoners except for Lando, who is still posing as a guard. From here, Luke Skywalker, newly appointed Jedi Knight, is meant to take on Jabba, and how he does this is he does it the same kind of way that Princess Leia does it in terms of bringing in gifts and prisoners, the gifts being C-3PO and R2, and the prisoner being himself. So now the Jabba is taking his entire crew essentially out to this weird monster pit, so that way the monster can eat Luke Skywalker. So from here, the plan for Luke was relatively easy. Get his lightsaber from R2, who was carrying it this whole time in a secret compartment, fight off a fair amount of guards as Lando is keeping the other guards busy. Leia is planning on murdering Jabba, which she does, and Han is just kind of there because he is in this weird fever state. So they're trying to. So from here, after dealing with all of the bounty hunters, they escape and head back to the rebel base that is currently being found out by the Empire. From here, the drama continues. Now, the rebellion is trying to be more offensive after learning about the creation of a secondary Death Star. You heard me right, folks, a second Death Star, because the first one worked out so amazingly. So from here, the plan was to have Luke finish his training in Yoda's planet, and then they would all attack the next planet that had the shield generator for this new Death Star, and then destroy the new Death Star, from the inside out. But no plan of the rebellion has ever gone smoothly. Yoda soon dies because of his elderly age, and confirms with Luke that Darth Vader is indeed Luke's father, and Yoda also tells Luke that Princess Leia is actually his sister. So from here, there's a lot of, I don't really know what to call it, like tension, I guess, because now he has to protect Leia, his new sister, and then also figure out a way to convert his father back to the light side because he hopes for Darth Vader to still have that light side in him to still become Anakin Skywalker once more. Here, the plan is now just to have a small assault team go onto this planet named Endor, and the goal of the assault team is to destroy the shield operation that protects the Death Star, this new in construction Death Star, from any outside attackers. Simultaneously, the plan was to also have a attack force in the space department come out and destroy the Death Star and attack the outside defenses in terms of like TIE fighters, so bad guy spaceships, and just overall fight off any. Create a distraction. That's their main goal. Create a distraction. So, from here, Princess Leia and her assault team becomes friends with the native population known as Ewoks, which are basically tiny bears They are tiny human-like bears, and they all like band together to help destroy the defense shield thing from to help the offense in terms of letting the ships fly into the Death Star to overall destroy it. Now, it's almost like it's the rebellion's catchphrase to never have a smooth plan. Now, they had no clue that the Death Star was actually operational at this time, and so the shield, the force field of the Death Star was still perfectly operational. So at this point, Luke Skywalker himself volunteered to find a way onto the Death Star and help eliminate Emperor Palpatine to get rid of the power, and then try to convert his father, Darth Vader, aka Anakin Skywalker, to the light side once again. But from Endor, Han Solo and Princess Leia found a way to manually turn off the Death Star's shield from the planet so that way the spaceships can still fly inside. After they managed to do this, it was basically a race against time for Luke and to convert his father, and it was a race against time for the pilots because the amount of TIE fighters were increasing every couple of seconds, it felt like, because of the never ending ports of the Death Star. So, what happened? Okay. Basically, after watching his son be tortured by Emperor Palpatine, Darth Vader had a change of heart and came back to the light side as Anakin Skywalker. And with his last little bit of strength, he lifted up Emperor Palpatine and threw him down into this weird chute where he was supposed to never be seen again. But while lifting him up, he was being electrocuted by Emperor Palpatine's weird force lightning. It's a Sith ability. Uh, and doing this actually caused Darth Vader to meet his end. But before he died, he had Luke take off his mask so that way he can see, so Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, can see his son through the eyes of a light-sided, non-evil individual. After this, Luke escaped desperately off of the Death Star, bringing his father's body onto the ship so that way they could have a proper funeral. And Lando Calrissian, flying in Han's spaceship, goes into the Death Star after its shield was deactivated, and destroyed the core of the Death Star, racing out to stay alive. From here, it's the classic ending of what seems to be never-ending parties and what would feel like to be never-ending peace and prosperity for the galaxy. That basically sums up the entire third episode of the trilogy and essentially sums up the trilogy in general. This is the falling action and the end of the show. Thank you for tuning into the What a Nerd podcast, and I'll catch you next episode.